I'm Nerd. Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever came across those art challenges that you wish you had time to do, but never have? Well, guess who had time to do it? Correct, me. I had time to do it. In fact, so much time that I have created a backstory for all the characters I'm going to draw now. So, what are we waiting for? Let's hurry up! The first art challenge is from Kim. He's the one playing on the background if you haven't noticed. The eye kinda turned me back a little since I'm not usually drawing just one eye, and also the clothes were transparent, and yes, this sure will be interesting. So this is what I've got. Let's hope I can make this work. For this character, I wanted to go for a more sad vibe and try to show it on the pose. Also, I knew I wanted all these characters to know each other, so after some time, I've already had a backstory for him. So, his name is Kieta, he is 15 and has a sister, Mia, who is 10 now. When they were young, their parents were killed and left Kieta alone taking care of his sister. Now, he was just a kid. He didn't even know how to take care of himself. And now he has another life to take care of. As a consequence of him being a child, he began to have bad habits, like drinking, never being home. And with all of that, Mia never complained. But deep down, she was sad and missing her brother. 5 years passed, and one day, they had a bad argument. Mia wanted him to stay with her. But once again, Kieta leaves. Now, with a clear head, he wants to apologize. But when he enters home, his sister didn't respond. Kieta found her lying on the ground, head burning, and obviously in pain. Kieta rushed with her to the doctor, blaming himself. Now that he's holding her, he can tell she was extremely skinny, in a sick way. And maybe, if he was a better brother, this wouldn't have happened. Arriving at the doctor, he told him that it was a deadly sickness. It's been developing with time. And the worst part is that he would have been able to heal her if she was there days ago. Kieta was falling sick to his stomach. How haven't he noticed before? Kieta leaves Mia with the doctor and ends up in some random streets crying until he passed out. In the morning, people pass, and waking up, he overheard someone talking about some random flower of life. He got up and questions them. What are they talking about? What flower is it? Obviously, they didn't want to tell him. Kieta begs them to take him and explain his sister's situation. After some time, they agree, and as you probably can already tell, these characters are the ones we're going to make after this one. He was turning out so strange and I wasn't liking it. Kieta was, well, looking like a pervert, since he was looking down and his skirt is transparent. I personally really like doing the skin coloring and the background. I think I could do better, but yeah, here's the final drawing. Final conclusions. I enjoyed drawing Kieta, but in general I think I could do better. And maybe if I had realized earlier that he was looking strange, maybe I could have been able to fix it. Well, it doesn't matter. On to the next one, let's go! So, this second art challenge is from Charu and is fairy theme. I think all my choices mix pretty well, except the smile, but I think it also turned down pretty good. This is what I've got. I can work with this, yes, let's do it! Okay, she was giving extrovert vibes, and since she was a fairy, the pose is her flying. I know, pretty unique, right? I will call her Dalia. And I imagine Dalia was judged among the fairies for having a creepy smile. After all, fairies are meant to be elegant, but she wasn't. Dalia was raised by her mom, who loved her dearly, but Dalia knew her mother felt embarrassed for her. No one ever would be able to love her. In fact, anyone would be better without her. And one day she decides to run away. And when she did, no one came looking for her. She never wanted to smile again. But then, she found Blade, who is also the next character we're going to draw. Anyways, back to the story. Blade was severely hurt, bleeding alone next to a tree. Dalia tries to heal him the best she can, but it isn't working. So she decides to find a place to rest. She began taking care of him, and after some weeks, he finally wakes up. Excited, she runs to him, wondering if he's okay. She smiles without realizing. At this point, Blade already had noticed she'd been taking care of him. He says she was a gentle person with a beautiful smile. Dalia never heard that. She felt warm inside. Sadly, Blade had to go. But Dalia didn't want to be alone. She asks him if she can go with him. And just like that, without even knowing each other's name, they leave on an adventure together. And later finding Kieta. So here's Dalia. Final conclusions. I really liked doing Dalia, and the colors were so much fun to add. But by far the best part was making the backstory, if that counts. I didn't like doing the background, but in the end I enjoyed it. So let's go to the last one. This one is a little bit different. It's an art challenge by Paper Demon, and the character is based on me. So here's what I've got. Oh, I just noticed I did the challenge wrong because it was supposed, if I was average height, he was supposed to be a crystal demon, so I messed up. Okay, let's ignore that for the sake of the whole video. Yay! My name starts with a E, so pink hair it is. I have dark brown eyes, so I have big black wings, and normal horns since I like soda. So, last one, let's go. I'm tired. Okay, so y'all may not like this one, since he's really looking like a girl, and I don't hate it. Actually, I quite like it. I had so many ideas for his backstory, so this is what I've came out with. His name's Blade, as you probably know by now. Blade was raised by a gang, and he was used to do small jobs like stealing. And the gang had become his family. One day, he received the mission. He would go and steal something from the royal family, except this time, he wouldn't go alone. But that didn't went well, like at all. That turned out to be a trap. They all escaped except Blade. He got turned aside. Blade was arrested and been in prison for 2 years. After that 2 years, he escaped. About the gang, Blade knew they were looking for a flower of life, a flower that could make you live forever, be immortal, and cure any type of illness you have. So, to have his revenge, he decided to go and find it himself. When they find out he escaped, the gang was very nervous and began trying to kill him. But he always gets away. He stole all the things the gang had related to the flower and begins his trip. One day, he was distracted and some guy just stabbed him. Obviously, he gave a fight, but still. And that's when Dalia found him. He remembers a soft voice and collapsed. When he woke up, he heard that soft voice again, and what a nice voice. Looking around, he realizes she's been taking care of him. When she smiles, he knows he can trust her, and for the first time in 2 years, he felt happy again. She found him, and he was very grateful for that. In fact, now that he thinks about it, when was the last time he had someone worry about him that much? Like this stranger just did, when he tries to leave and she asks if she can go with him. Oh, of course he wouldn't say no. Their stories just began. The rest you already know. Here's the final drawing. Yay! Final conclusions. Out of all the histories, this one was my favorite. I loved shading this drawing. The wings were a tricky part since I don't even remember the last time I drew wings. At least this type of wings. But in general, I really like this piece. Great backstory. I quite like it. So, let's now see the drawings all together. Yay, they all turned out so cute. I'm really proud. Sorry if I sound tired, it's because I am. This video has taken a lot of time and I'm so dead. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you like the end results. Stay with the pieces a little longer. Remember, the best way you can support me is following and subscribing. It would help me a lot, believe me. Thank you for staying until here. I really appreciate it. Oh, and please be kind to me in the comments. I just began my YouTube channel and yeah, I'm super nervous. Thank you so much. Bye bye.